Dear Esther, I have now driven the stretch of the M5 between Exeter and Bristol over 21 times. But although I have all the reports and all the witnesses, and have cross-referenced them within a millimetre using my Ordnance Survey maps, I simply cannot find the location. You'd think there would be marks to serve as some evidence. It's somewhere between the turn-off for Sanford and the welcome brake services. But although I can always see it in my rear-view mirror, I have as yet been unable to pull ashore.
So welcome to the next act, dear Esther. It seems we've come upon some ships. Very tempting, very tempting. I mean, that seems like the road to them, but there's probably a pathway over here. Because it just seems like you're not going to pass this up. You can always jump. There's the tower. Looks like I gotta go around there, either down to the tip of the island or maybe between those two. Oh yeah, I see a path. Oh, something else out there. The yellow light. Like a buoy or something. Let's see if we can get closer to that. Yeah, it looks like it continues. And then we can just come back by the ships and continue on our journey. To the Red Tower.
It's only at night that this place makes any sluggish effort at life. You can see the buoy and the aerial. I've been taking to sleeping through the day in an attempt to resurrect myself. I can feel the last days drawing upon me. There's little point now in continuation. There must be something new to find here. Some nook or some cranny that offers a perspective worth clinging to. I've burnt my bridges. I've sunk my boats and watched them go to water.
Literally? It's got some containers. Let's have a closer look. Any markings? Doesn't look like there's an easy way up, especially since we can't jump. Otherwise I'd do a little parkour challenge. Is that maybe maybe? Nope. Is there anything down here? Is that something maybe? Oh. Yeah, it's something. Maybe just a pile of rocks?
There must be a hole in the bottom of the boat. How else could new hermits have arrived?
Oh, can I do this? Come on. Now you're just playing with me, game. You have an arrow pointing that way. Just have to head to the tower, I guess. Just give these boats a last look. And that buoy.
I had kidney stones, and you visited me in the
Ouch.
hospital. After the operation, when I was still half submerged in anesthetic, your outline and your speech both blurred. Now my stones have grown into an island and made their escape, and you have been rendered opaque by the car of a drunk.
There was that car pieces in the little ditch. So maybe he lost someone to a drunk driver? Have to see how the story unfolds. Oh, is that a low path? Oh, it leads up here. Ooh, getting closer. Yeah, it just leads back up here. This looks cool. Those walls are just logs.
I've begun to climb, away from the sea and towards the center. It is a straight line to the summit, where the evening begins to coil around the aerial and squeeze the signals into early silence. The bothy squats against the mount to avoid the gaze of the aerial. I too will creep under the island like an animal and approach it from the northern shore.
Can I go straight up? I'm not that athletic, apparently. But I can at least walk on these, which is fun. Sure I don't miss anything over there. Come on, let me... Oh well. This one?
The bothy was constructed originally in the early 1700s. By then, shepherding had formalized into a career. The first habitual shepherd was a man called Jakobsen, from a lineage of migratory Scandinavians. He was not considered a man of breeding by the mainlanders. He came here every summer whilst building the bothy, hoping eventually that becoming a man of property would secure him a wife and a lineage. Donnelly records that it did not work. He caught some disease from his malcontented goats and died 2 years after completing it. There was no one to carve white lines into the cliff for him either.
So is this the bothy?
3 cormorants seen at dusk. They did not land. This house built of stone, built by a long-dead shepherd. Contents: my camp bed, a stove, a table, chairs, my clothes, my books.
There's the
Caves
books.
that score out the belly
there's
of
a
this
map.
island, leaving it famished. My limbs and belly famished. This skin, these organs, this failing eyesight. When the battery runs out in my torch, I will descend into the caves and follow only the phosphorescence home.
What do you know? The caves. Let's give this a quick look before I head to the caves, it seems. Right. Yes, go over the rock. Nothing. Come on. Yeah. Is there a path along there? Not really. But I'll get there soon enough. Just jump here. Nah, I don't want to start over. It's a long walk. It's weird. Trash or something?
In a footnote, the editor comments that at this point, Donnelly was going insane as syphilis tore through his system like a drunk driver. He's not to be trusted.
Another drunk driver reference.
Many of his claims are unsubstantiated, and although he does paint a colourful picture, much of what he says may have been derived directly from his fever. But I've been here, and I know, as Donnelly did, that this place is always half imagined. Even the rocks and caves will shimmer and blur with the right eyes.
Does that go somewhere?
They found Jakobsen in early spring. The thaw had only just come. Even though he'd been dead nearly 7 months, his body had been frozen right down to the nerves and had not even begun to decompose. all around him small flowers were reaching for the weak sun. The goats had adjusted happily to life without a shepherd and were grazing freely about the valley.
Cone.
Donnelly reports they hurled the
Another
body in fear and disgust
vehicle
down
reference.
the shaft. But I cannot corroborate this story.
I wonder if the sickness he speaks about is he's an alcoholic, maybe, dealing with the trouble of killing someone while drunk driving. This game may become a PSA by the end of it. Is that just wood? There's the cave we're headed towards. I guess we're literally gonna walk through the boat. It almost looks like a Viking longboat, sort of, with the shape of it, at least. Oh. I thought I was gonna totally clip through.
Climbing down to the caves, I slipped and fell and have injured my leg. I think the femur is broken. It is clearly infected. The skin has turned a bright, tight pink, and the pain is crashing in on waves, winter tides against my shoreline, drowning out the ache of my stones. I struggled back to the bothy to rest, but it has become clear that there is only one way this is likely to end. The medical supplies I looted from the trawler have suddenly found their purpose.
Is this assuming that I fell off the
They will
cliff?
keep me lucid for my final ascent.
Okay, it assumes that I fell, even though I didn't. I guess I walked too close that way instead of to the shore. Well, it's pretty clear what I have to do. I mean, I'll try to go up here if I can. Oh, it's pushing me towards the edge. Here we go.